Peacetime fee. You spoke about Masters going in at hooker. It's going to be interesting to see how line-outs go, and especially scrum at set piece as well. So I think it's going to be huge for Australia to get the upper hand. They'll be looking at going after Ireland there.
Today's referee is Clara Rini from Italy, ably supported by Heather of Portugal and Stamp Dunstan of Wales. And in the TMO box, we have the experienced Ian Tempest.
Yep.
Wright takes the kick-off, looking for length in that kick-off. We have Aoife Wafer with the first carry. Looking to keep the ball alive. She gets it to Scuffle McCabe. The dynamic Niamh Jones. Dan O'Brien with her big left boot. Looking to find grass in behind the Australians, but it's well claimed by Kramer. Great work, Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe.
Wow, what a start for Ireland. They'll be delighted with that. As you said, O'Brien's boot there into space. Kramer unfortunately got caught there. Amy Murphy-Crowe over that ball, and a magnificent turnover there.
It was really cleverly done from the kick-off. They 2 hits up. They look immediately to clear their lines, Fiona Hayes.
Yeah, look, and I think that Aoife Wafer hit up as well gave them a little bit of a buzz. She went through 2 defenders, and it set the tone here and how they want to play and how it's starting for them.
Okay, go over the line.
Great initial tackle from Brittany Hogan there to allow Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe over the ball. First line out of the game, set piece so important. Ireland have a shortened line out, go to the front with Brittany Hogan.
8 to the 5.
Great initial maul, they got good length in it. Decision to move it before it stops. Scuffle McCabe looking at her options. Bridie O'Gorman brought that maul down. Advantage Ireland.
Great
carry from Dorothy Wall. Scuffle McCabe looking for the snipe, engages that Australian defence, keeping them honest. Carries now through the forwards, trying to suck in that Australian defence and go to that power game. Again through the forwards. Hogan with a big carry, but dumped back by Smith. Good line by Emer Constantine, looking to keep the ball alive. Unfortunately knocked on.
Come back. Goal collapsing.
Yeah,
going back to penalty advantage.
Collapsing.
Yeah, really good there by Ireland, but you have to give credit to that Australian defence 5 metres out, and a really good double hit there from Australia. But I think Ireland will be happy with how they went about their business and the speed from Scuffle McCabe in particular to move that ball and get that defence moving.
Yeah, you'd imagine they're going to go back to that line-out maul again. I think Australia were so susceptible to that against Canada and throughout the Pac-4 competition.
Yeah, it's definitely an area I think Ireland would look at, and they've been, I saw them in the warm-up, they were really tight, they look really controlled, but if the throw goes to hand, I think it's very hard to stop, especially from 5 metres out there.
Niamh O'Dowd giving the call. Shorten line out again, 5+1. The overthrow, that Achilles heel of Ireland through the Six Nations was their line out.
Stay on, gold! No.
It's managed to stay back on the Irish side. Here's debutant Ruth Campbell, first big carry for her. Not as smooth as they would have liked it, but looking to get into the wider wings. First pass, first touch for Elms Kinlan. Good driving of the ball, inches from the line.
Gold outside.
Needs someone to go in and play scrum half. Good counter ruck from Australia. It's all a bit messy. Constantine cleans it up. Strong carry.
Stay on.
Again, Scuffle McCabe moving that ball. Lyndon Jungang, big power player. Tuna Kavadra held her up. Leonard manages to get under that as well. Ireland pounding at this line. Something must not from the power of Aoife Dalton. Absolutely super from Ireland. Dalton going over for the try.
I spoke about it earlier, Fee. You have to give credit to Scuffle McCabe and the speed she's moving that ball. You could see Ireland, once they got there, constantly moving. What a pickup by Dalton there we see. And they're trying to go wide. The leg drive here on Elms McKinnon is unbelievable. Nearly over the line. Really good defence from Australia, but it's this. Watch this super pass after this. You can see Linda, another great defensive shift, but Ireland setting up, getting deep, and we can see exactly what they want to do. They want to pull the trigger, and that's pass to Dalton, leg drive and over the line.
Easy additional 2 for Dan O'Brien. That Dalton, again, her power, she didn't feature a huge amount in last year's Six Nations, but again, she was on fire from Leinster in the Interpros. Such a power athlete, and that is her 5th try for Ireland.
Yeah, Fee, and it's that little step back inside that catches the defender, because you can see they're trying to move, but her footwork in that area, full defence, brilliant from Dalton.
5 minutes in, and it's 7-0 to Ireland. Again, Australia go long. Wafer cleans it up. Looking to suck in that Australian defence. Another carry, looking for a knock-on by Linda Jungang. That wind down there is stronger than we think it is, taking that ball away from the players.
Yeah, Australia will be happy with that. They'll really get to target Ireland's scrum here. I know they've looked at that area and will be focusing on it. An ex-player of ours, Gillian Burke, is now working with Australia, so it's somewhere she'll be going after, I know that. But look, brilliant line speed. Ireland will be disappointed. Fee, you spoke about the wind, but I think probably just a little too wide in that condensed area there also.
First scrum of the game, always an interesting matchup. Australia have been pulling some of their key players in that front row. That sees Marsters play as hooker for the first time. Normally a back row player, has previously played at centre.
Yeah, Fee could see it straight away. Unfortunately for Linda, on the tight head side, she slipped down, and the referee deemed that she wasn't pulled, that she just lost her footing and has gone straight there to give Australia a penalty. Really good pressure from Australia.
Be interesting what they go for here. Whether they don't take their points, they're going for the corner. Interesting, that movement of Linda Jungang directly to tight head. We know in games she's gone in second half at tight head, but has played a huge amount of her time at loose head. Yeah,
I personally see her as a loose head, Fee. I think she's absolutely brilliant there. I know in the Interpros she went in at tight head, but I think at international level, having her in the loose and, you know, in that loose head position, she's excellent. But look, we'll see today, it'll really say a lot about where she'll go in the future, and it's always good to have both sides under your belt.
Australia opting for a 6-player line out. +1, looking for that maul. Exactly what they go to, that maul. Really well formed, good length in that maul. It's about getting the ball to the back now.
That's once!
Good defence by Ireland. They don't give them the opportunity to move forward. Good carry by Smith in the centres. Quick rook ball. Right moves it. Desiree Miller off her wing. That's good play by Australia, 5 metres from the Irish line.
Use it.
Looking now to go through their forwards, a knock on by Bridie O'Gorman. Knock back.
Stay on, stay on.
You can see the referee is letting a lot of go on at ruck time, so Ireland are taking advantage of that.
Good carry from Nathan to get Australia back on that front foot again.
Ruth Campbell's aggression coming up off that line is brilliant. She stopped them twice, and Evo Dowd here as well, but Australia are building nicely here.
Right moves the ball out to Maleka. Short line by Kramer, moving to the wing. Is it Maya Stewart? Wonderful finish, Maya Stewart! Super try by Australia.
Absolutely superb by Maya Stewart. You could see what Australia were doing. They were patiently building, pick and go, pick and go. It sucked in that Irish defence, but footwork by Stewart at the end there as well. See the space, they're pulling the trigger out wide. Look at that pass. Catch pass is superb. That back in outside step catches Emer Considine, and brilliant from Stewart. Really good try, Australia.
Yeah, great work from Smith to get that ball away under Amy Lee Murphy-Crow's tackle. Stewart just back from a hamstring injury. She hasn't lost any of that pace or step. She's one of their danger players out on that wing. If they can get the ball through, we can see what damage she does here going over for that try.
Yeah, and it's really good by Australia as well, the way they sucked in defence. There was patience in their carries. As I said, Ireland went after the ruck, but they were superb in how they got that space out wide in the end.
Wide on the conversion for Laurie Kramer. After 9.5 minutes, the score is Ireland 7, Australia 5. See these hands again from Smith, how she gets that ball away under huge pressure. Bit naive there from Emer Constein, over-reading that tackle.
Yeah, I think they were a bit high when you're that close to line as well. You've got to target the ball, because if someone's coming at you at pace, they're eventually going to get over the line. You should be latching on, stopping that ball being grounded.
Probably not getting the distance there for Maleka on that kick, but they cleared their lines.
Yeah, look, I think just outside the 22, if Australia can get up and disrupt the Irish line out, it won't be too bad. But you know, Ireland, I suppose, we talked about that line out, and if it doesn't go to hand, tricky. Adele McMahon dove in it the last time, but Ireland will probably go to the front. They'll have to secure this and put pressure on.
Again, opting for that short line out. 5 players in, plus Aoife Wafer in the scrum half position. A lot of movement, opting for Dorothy Wall on the movement forward. Go for that maul again. Niamh Jones controlling at the bar.
That's was sidestep.
Scuffle McCabe moves it. Adele McMahon, a nice tip on. Well held by Breen. Good snipe by Scuffle McCabe. She spots there's no pillar on the right hand side. Identification by Linda Dugang to move that ball to Brittany Hogan on a good carry.
No, stay on. Fine.
Niamh Jones. Again, Scuffle McCabe looks to move that ball. Nice line by Elm Kings, but a great defence there by Fredericks in the centre. Up hard, makes the tackle.
Yeah, I think Ireland would be happy with that. Maybe the ball put a little bit out and too far in front of Enya Breen there. You could see that she caught it. Really good hands by her. And I suppose you can see a little chat going on here, but they're going to go down the line, I'd imagine. But it's definitely within Diana's kicking bracket, I'd say, to have a go at the post as well.
Staunch defence there by Australia. Unfortunate to give away that penalty. Fredericks had come up hard, made a great hit on Enya Breen. And then we just see Paolu going in off her feet.
Yeah, and look, I think when the referees are looking, they're looking at those elbows down, and you can see straight away the minute Paolu hit that, she's got to release that.
Good ball to Campbell at the front. They go to the maul again. Great work at the front of that maul, getting it going forward.
Side step.
Australia netted around that maul, looking to hit Adele McMahon again. Great carry, support, got to clear it out. Tuna Tabata nearly on it there. Brittany Hogan with the carry. Great decision, change direction, and Aoife Wafer over the line. Irish Player of the Year. Great hands though, great decision from Scuffle McCabe to change direction. Dan O'Brien with the pass, Aoife Wafer with the try.
Just when I was about to credit the Australian defence, really good hits in there by Australia. You can see from Paolu and Leaney, but what a way to react from Ireland. Brilliant. What you see here, Fees, when you're looking at this, it's that pump pass from Dan O'Brien. She's superb at it, and the ability to put players into space. A little pump here, holds the defender, Aoife Wafer, no stopping her from that yards.
Aoife Wafer also on her 5th try now for Ireland. What a season she's had. She was absolutely outstanding in Six Nations. Followed it up in a couple of cameos, 40-minute appearances in the Interprovincials. And here we see her again on the international stage.
Superb, and I was watching her in the warm-up. She has so much energy. It's brilliant what she brings to this team.
O'Brien misses the conversion. The score is 12-5 to Ireland after 13 minutes. See it again, they just managed to suck Paolo in. She was in 6s and 7s, who to tackle there, and it was a good line by Wafer, but as you said, it was that pump pass from O'Brien.
Yeah, she's really good at that. It just holds that defender up, and I think Ireland are going to have to work at this. It's an absolute brilliant kick-off, but they've been caught twice now after they've scored.
Great kick-off there from Australia. Desiree Miller cleans it. They go for short line. Messy ball from Australia. Here we have Fredericks looking to get it into those wider channels, out to Maya Stewart. Super carry by Australia. Good line speed by Ireland. Australia still on the attack. Nice flat ball to Pani. There's space out on this wing. Great ball out to Desiree Miller. Dan O'Brien committed too quickly to that. Great support by Fredericks. Building nicely for Australia now. Maleka, another flat ball to Tuna Kabadra. Good line speed from Ireland, but they managed to get away with that little pop pass from Marsters to Maleka.
No, off. Stay on. Don't play the 9.
Coming back the blind side with a slow ball. Krapani looks to move it out to Fredericks. Switch back inside to Nathan. Ireland are not overcommitting to the fence. They're looking for that line speed. What speed from Niamh O'Dowd. Maleka looking for her forwards. Here's the chase from Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe. Can Kramer clean it up? They move it to Fredericks. There's space in the backfield. Ireland only have one player. Desiree Miller not looking to kick the ball. 2 players on her. Big carry here by Leonard. Good defence from Ireland. Great hit by Niamh Jones.
Goes out.
Box kick from right. Swirling in the wind. In front of the kicker,
Offside.
Dorothy Wall in front of Edel
Knock
McMahon,
on.
who touched the ball after
In
she
front.
knocked it on.
Yeah, really good defence set from Ireland. The line speed they brought there, you know, you could see their intentions.
Okay, yeah.
Niamh O'Dowd, Aoife Wafer, all getting up out of the
No,
line.
the
They really knocked Australia back a couple of
Offside.
times. But Natalie Wright, we spoke about the 9s moving it quick. You can see what she's trying to do. Unfortunately, the last couple of phases, maybe they weren't set up correctly. But as you said, Fee, earlier, they've got to look in that backfield as well. There's so much space in there. And I think if they can catch Ireland there, they'll definitely get a return from that.
Talking about Ireland's defence, obviously new defensive coach in, and Hugh Hogan, well experienced. He was with Leinster, he was with Scarlets, then was over in Japan, and that's a big statement to have him back here now coaching this Irish team.
Yeah, and straight away you can see it. You know, sometimes it's 2-3
Ireland,
games
open
in
again.
where you can see
Open
the
again, Ireland.
coach's impression on
Thank you.
defence. But the line speed in particular, I'm seeing it here, and their connections are really good, working well together.
Overthrow from Australia. Aoife Wafer claims it. Good latch by Niamh Jones back up to clear out that tackle area. Ireland bounced down the blind side by Dorothy Wall. Suffolk Cave looking to move that ball. Great hit by Australia, double tackles.
5, roll away.
Yeah, really unfortunate there. Michaela Leonard, really good hit, and unfortunately got caught on the other side, and Australia then
no,
went
it
for that
was on the
touch, and
body, yeah.
the referee standing there, she's not going to give you that penalty. But really good line speed as well from Australia there. They're getting up, making those double hits.
Sometimes it is hard to get out of those positions, but it's your personal responsibility if you're going in for that tackle that you know where you're landing.
100% Fee, but I also think as well you've got to see that. You've got to trust your teammates. She's after falling on the wrong side, so just leave the ruck, leave them have that, bounce back, and I suppose you can get in there. But
I think Aoife Wafer did a job there holding her in, but regardless, it's your personal responsibility to make every effort to get out of there, not land there in the first place.
yeah, look, and they'll learn from that as the game goes on. The referee has called it now, they'll see that, and I think Australia, a couple of overthrown line-outs, they'll be looking to get up and contest this anyway.
Ireland go to the front. Great work by Brittany Hogan to get her shoulder in front. Good carry by Edel McMahon. Latch by Breen. Niamh Jones looking for that tip onto Jugang. Good hit by Australia. Again, Ireland being forced backwards, but is there space out on this wing? Emer Constantine hitting Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe. The excitement, the crowd comes when she gets on the ball. Niamh O'Dowd, brilliant touch from Linda Jugang. Keeping that ball alive, great work. They need someone to ruck that out. Well done, Linda Jugang involved yet again. Good carry.
Back.
Assessing the options, goes through Brittany Hogan. Two-person tackle from Australia.
Straight to the ground.
Yeah, a really good spot by the referee. Anya Breen unfortunately went past her up and straight to the ground and have given Australia a let out there, but you can see what Ireland are doing. You talked about Linda moving that ball. They want quick, they want fast ball because they know there's space out there.
That was great work at the line out for Brittany Hogan to get her inside shoulder up.
Yeah, and really good from Adele McMahon as well, that leg drive. That's something I'm seeing extra here today. We hadn't seen it from some players in the previous Six Nations, but it's looking good today.
Inability to find touch from Australia. It goes straight to Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe. Ireland back on the attack inside the 22. Oh, unforced error from Ireland. Dorothy Wall.
Go to scrum.
Yeah, look, she'll be disappointed with that, but you know, it's a chance. It's a scrum inside the 22. Ireland will be looking at putting pressure on the Wallaroos here, but you know, I suppose when there is a bit of a wind up here, but you really need to be making that touch or else play it out, or even I think she could have kicked to the other side as well. But look, you can see the Australia realised the error, came up and got in Ireland face as well to knock the ball on there from Doro.
Second scrum of the game. Linda Dugang penalised at the previous one. Let's see what they can do here.
Crouch!
Scott Beeman looking very relaxed up there in the coach's box, as you would be, leading 20 minutes in. Good scrum, Australia. Out to Kramer.
Stop it!
Gets the quick away. That's a better kick.
Yeah, really good exit. You could see Australia got the angle. I thought personally if they left it in, they might have forced the referee to give a penalty. Good dominant scrum. They got the angle up that they needed, and Kramer has a really good boot to take the pressure off there and put it back on Ireland, as I said, who at line-out time, when it's gone to the front, has been good, but I think the wind is carrying in a little bit, so I think Australia will be looking to go and contest that, especially around that 2-3 area.
Full line out with Molly Scuff McCabe at the front. Bad delivery. Hits Adele McMahon again in the centre of the park.
Tackle!
Another good hit there from Leonard. Great carry from Niamh O'Dowd. Again, 2 hits. Back down the other side. Dan O'Brien looking for some grass. Maleka there. Takes the mark.
10!
Yeah, really good call there. Takes the pressure off. You can see the defence coming back. Sometimes you might think of having a crack of a counter-attack, but definitely the best option there because she gets everyone behind the ball now, and hopefully Australia might try something here even. They don't look like they're going to kick it.
The big carry by Tuna Cabarda.
What is there?
Are they looking to get Kramer into a spot to kick it, or is Maleka going to stand up and take it? Maleka played a lot of full-back box kick from right, and she manages to find touch.
Yeah, that's a really good kick from right. You can see Ireland were putting pressure. I think someone mistaked the referee saying ball out. They came around the side, but excellent from Australia to relieve that pressure. You can see what they're doing when they get into that area. They want to get up, but I feel like they're probably not exiting as much as they should, getting enough on that, you know, to give Ireland this line out in this space. It probably wasn't the correct option.
Again, Ireland using a shortened line out. Wafer. The question whether players are leaving that line out before the ball is in, but anyway, Ireland on the attack. Anya Breen going through their forwards again. Lovely little tap on pass from Wall to Hogan. Bounces back down the blind side yet again. Poor execution of that pass. Dan O'Brien under pressure by Bridie O'Gorman.
Very unlucky there. Super pressure by Bridie O'Gorman. The line speed, the loose head prop getting up. You can see it's a pre-planned move from Ireland. They're spinning the ball back to Dana, probably to kick it or go out the back door, but the wind seems to carry it twice. I've seen it now, but you have to say really good pressure from Australia. Very unlucky to get caught on the wrong side of the rope there, and the referee had no choice.
Thank you.
Bridie O'Gorman there could play for Ireland if she wanted, with her Irish dad from Tipperary and relatives down in Cork.
Yeah, you can't get a better Irish name than that, Fee. What a name. Bridie O'Gorman, brilliant. But look, she's someone, she's been dominant in the scrum. She's getting herself about the pitch, and I think she'll be happy with her first 20-minute performance anyway. She's everywhere. Ireland down to a 5-person line out. Ruth Campbell at the front. Dan O'Brien looking to hit Aoife Wafer in the centre.
Great tackle in the centre. Scuff from McCabe to O'Brien again. Ireland working through the phases. Dalton, poor pass, cleaned up. It's a knock on by Vicky Elms-Kinlan. Poor from the Irish backs there in terms of handling.
Yeah, really unfortunate. You can see they were trying to get the ball wide, but everyone was flat. Considine, Elms-Kinlan, they were all in the same line, so I think Ireland would probably have to hold their depth, because even looking at Australia, you can see how they realign in their tack. But unfortunately from Ireland there, a couple of times we're getting too flat on top of each other.
Australia had the better of the last scrum. Let's see now on their own ball. When the hooker is hooking, can they still be as solid? Solid scrum. Great work. Hit Smith, moves the ball to Maleka. What a hit by Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe and Dalton, driving Australia back into their 22.
Brilliant read from Murphy-Crowe. She could see the ball was going out the back and she just got up and put in a massive hit.
It's always a risk. You have to make it when you go like that. Right. Maleka, she didn't get anything on that kick. Good work by Considine. Pass behind Ruth Campbell's head. Forcing the knock on. Right to Maleka, they're looking to go into the wider channels. Kramer out to Smith. She's going to get it to Desiree Miller, who has lightning pace when she gets away. Hand off. She gets front football for Australia. Aoife Wafer there causing trouble at the breakdown.
6 on the ball.
Super work by Aoife Wafer to get that turnover.
Absolutely brilliant. You can see she didn't partake in the tackle. She gave her a little push and she was able therefore to get in and get her hands on the ball. You spoke about that lightning pace and we can see it here. Desiree Miller with that, but as I said, Aoife Wafer gets herself back on side, latches on the ball, and unfortunately no moving her from that position.
Yep.
Australia have really had difficulty getting out of their own half through that kicking game. They're not getting the range on it that they would have hoped for.
Yeah, exactly, Fee. That's what I was trying to say earlier. It's trying to get into that position. They don't. They seem to be caught between the 22 and the 10-metre line, and they can't get out there. But you have to take your hat off to Ireland. They're really moving the ball and going at speed.
Overthrow cleaned up by Karpani. Big ball carrier. Great clear out by Australia. Marsters, another big carrier. The ball latches on by Bridie O'Gorman. There's space in the backfield if they want to go for it. Brilliant block down from O'Dowd.
She touched her.
Maleka just too laboursome on that ball.
Super Niamh O'Dowd. That's 3 times she's come out of the line. 2 big hits and then a block down there. Brilliant from the loose head.
Wright decides to take it on herself. Someone has to play scrum half. Goes to Bridie O'Gorman. Good work from Ireland, slowing down that Australia ball.
Yeah, I think Ruth Campbell got away with that there. She probably on the wrong side too long.
Good hands. Great work by Australia, keeping the ball alive. Niamh O'Dowd causing trouble at the breakdown. Great footwork by Maleka. A good step, gives it front foot ball. No scrum half again for Australia. They need to react quicker to move that quick ball away. Marsters. Strong carry and step. Loopy pass out to the captain, Paulu. Ireland solid in defence. Not over-committing to the ruck. Niamh O'Dowd fast out of that line again. Kapani with the carry.
Yeah, the line speed is super, and Australia would probably have to kick it eventually. They don't seem to be able to get out of this position on the pitch.
Right idea there, poor pass from Smith to Fredericks. Maya Stewart with the pace. She takes Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe, gets her on the tackle. Again, missing the scrum half. Great counter ruck by Ireland. That is super by Ireland. Aoife Wafer comes away with the ball to Brittany Hogan. Dorothy Wall, tip onto Linda Dugang. Ruth Campbell clearing that ruck out.
No, ball's there, that's fine.
Again, Ireland changed direction. Carry from Niamh Jones, the option was on to go wide there. Ireland had numbers. Brittany Hogan, strong carry, someone has to go in and ruck over. Well done, Georgia Fredericks. When Ireland were asking questions of that defence, Georgia Fredericks just waits and times it perfectly to get in and over the ball.
Yeah, we saw it earlier with Aoife Wafer. It's waiting for that tackle to be complete. She stood up and in for the poach straight away. But better defence from Australia. They were down numbers, you could see. They eased it and then went for that poach to try and steal the ball. I think this might, if they can get enough in this boot, hopefully they can get inside Ireland's half, because when they have been in there, they have the ability to break the gain line. But Ireland, when they're putting them under pressure defensively, they seem to crumble a little bit in the last couple of phases.
Look at this. You can question whether Aoife Dalton went off her feet there claiming that ruck, but Ireland continued on, pressure on the ruck and turned over the ball. Great work from Ireland. They just, when they get that go forward, they need to look to move it.
Time is off.
That's exactly it, Fee. There's been a couple of times where Australia have had maybe 2 or 3 in the ruck. Ireland aren't contesting it and they're still not moving that ball. It gives Irish defence a chance to set, and we see when they bring that line speed, it's absolutely huge. So I think Australia are probably, the coaches are going to be getting the word on, if you're there, pull out and give that pass, because they want to get that Irish defence on the back foot.
This is worrying for Australia. Caprani has had an injury with her foot. Question whether she was going to play the whole game, whether they would get 80 minutes out of her, but they'll certainly be looking for more than 30. At the 30-minute mark, it's Ireland 12, Australia 5. Ireland with most of the territory possessions, probably pretty even, but Australia have been playing a lot of the rugby in their own 22. This is one of the few opportunities that they've got to attack in Ireland's half. Can their line out get them quality ball to make something happen? They're gone for a shortened line out. We see a couple of their back row players in the centre of the pitch.
Time is still off.
Yeah, they just, the ref is telling them time off, but they need to get up nice and quick. I think on the movement, there's probably been a little bit of miscommunication between the throw and it's been overthrown. So hopefully they get in and get that straight away, because they are beating Ireland with speed to set.
Short line out to the front. Wright looks to move it. Poor pass to Maleka. She cleans up well, but she doesn't get it to those runners that she wants. Right again. Looking to go through Michaela Leonard. Great offload to her second row partner, Leanie. Marsters with the step back inside and the pivot. Leonard looking for that ball. Maleka out into wild chance. It's all very drifty, but there is space. Maya Stewart can't hold the ball.
Very unlucky. There was space out there, some beautiful hands, but unfortunately right at the end, that knock-on gives Ireland a chance to exit here and get out of here.
No, stay. Take him back.
Good left boot from Dan O'Brien. Laurie Kramer manages to keep it in. It's the chase from Ireland now that's important. Look at Niamh O'Dowd up there, but again, there's space. They're leaving space out here in the wing. Nathan. Great work from Nathan to claim that. Knocks it on.
Okay.
I think she was planning on trying to leave it, get back on her feet and claim the ball, but manages to knock it on as she's doing it.
I think it was in that earlier when it first came to her hand, it was a slight touch, you can see, and I think it was the touch judge that came in and told the referee just here she reaches it and it tips the top of her hand. And I think it was the touch judge that she thought she got away with one, I think. But you can see the variety in Australia's game. They're trying to change it up. If they probably, not a couple of phases later, they might have held in that defence and that space might have been there. But as you said, it's probably space more so in the backfield than in those wider channels. So a couple of chips over the top might really hold that line speed in that Irish defence.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Aoife Wafer changes channels illegally from 2 to 1 there to get the ball away, but a super carry from her makes huge ground, not held in the tackle.
Boys there.
Ireland look to move at their space in the wider channels. It's a knock on by Ruth Campbell.
Scrum advantage. Advantage is over.
Kramer, right decision. There is space in that backfield. Look at Maya Stewart. Emer Constantine needs to counter that ball. Knock on, I think, by Emer Constantine. Cleared their lines well, but that space is there if Australia can look to capitalise on it.
Yeah, but that line speed, look at the chase here. You can see, brilliant from Aoife Wafer. I just said there might have been an illegal challenge change, but watch the transition from Australia when they turn over the ball. Beautiful pop pass here by Natalie Wright. Kramer sees that space, but it's that chase, what we see from Maya Stewart. So good to get up and put massive pressure on Emer Constantine. I think there was a knock on there. The ref might have missed. Australia could have had a scrum maybe 7 metres out.
Good line out from Australia, and they go to the maul. Now they look for their big ball carrier, Tuna Kavada. Right hits Leaney. Good carry.
Back.
Bit of indecision there. Maleka changes back direction. Fredericks. Oh, the kick, is it on for Maya Stewart? Ireland turn it over. Great work from Scuff McKay to snuff that one out. Emer Constantine blocked down by Fredericks. Where's the ball going to go? Great pressure by Fredericks there.
Yeah.
Really good pressure from Fredericks. I think Constantine a couple of times probably, you know, a little bit slow in getting the ball away. Maybe a little bit more protection should have been there from her. But you can see Australia, they're on the front foot now. They're coming at speed, and Ireland really need to, you know, hold out and I suppose lift it over that. I think the ref has called it 22. I thought it bounced maybe back over the sideline, but look, Australia get a chance here. Ireland will probably kick long, and we'll see what type of counter attack. We've seen it twice, and in that backfield they've been excellent at going after Ireland. The two second rows have been working extremely hard. Leonard and Leaney for Australia, they've been exceptional.
Not the prick. Dan O'Brien will like block down by Bridie O'Gorman, but it's back on Ireland's side. Ruth Campbell. Oh, she didn't put enough power on that pass. She expected Dorothy Wall to be closer to her.
Off feet, go.
Capani gives away that penalty for going off her feet.
You have to release.
Yeah, it's a funny one. We probably see here in the replay that she probably does get a hold of the ball before she goes off feet. But look, the referee did tell her release now, and I suppose it's listening to those clear instructions. I thought she might have got the latch on. You can see the bounce here. Ruth Campbell, no look pass on it and there. But look, you've got to go what the referee tells you. Crowd are starting to enjoy themselves here anyway. Look, 36 minutes gone. I think it has been a good half for Ireland, but they'll probably be disappointed with a couple entries into the 22 that they might have scored in just through tiny handling errors. All can be fixed, but certainly will be proud of this first half.
Yeah, it's the first hit out of the season. They've been in camp for, I think, 6 weeks. Here or there, obviously with contract players, they're in an awful lot of time together, but new coaches in as well, a lot of new faces in the squad in the last couple of weeks, so a lot of change. Ireland misthrow that line out, but it's back on their side. Scuffle McKay moves it to Del McMahon.
Scrum advantage, Green.
Great carry.
Sorry, scrum advantage.
Again, back to Dan O'Brien, looking for that kick.
Over.
Looking for that space, putting Maleka under pressure. She claims it well and goes for the free kick.
10 metre.
Yeah, Maleka's been really good in the backfield in those high balls. The referee wants her to speed it up, but you can see the type of game Ireland are playing. I suppose where they will be disappointed is that set piece and that line out, but Australia have the ability to go after them, and they're certainly going from inside their 22 here.
Great carry by Nathan, but no one to protect at the ruck. Right gets snapped up by Nevo Dowd. She's been industrious today.
It's one. It's one. One is off feet. You're okay? One is off feet. Leave the play.
Yeah,
leave
I think
leave the ball,
Niamh Dowd, she doesn't understand that one, but it was a super hit, and I think you can see the ball just left up in the air. Brilliant hit, but the referee feels like she probably stopped maybe that clear out. I don't know. I think it should have been a turnover, but look.
If anything, I don't think it was her hand. I think it was whoever came in on the blind side, but she's busy. She's coming up hard in defence. Blocked down a kick.
I think this is her first Irish start as well at Loosehead in particular, and I'm a huge fan of hers. I've watched her grow over the last couple of seasons, and what I've seen different here today is that line speed. She's been spectacular in the line, getting forward in defence in particular.
Australia win the line out. Maleka, Fredericks in the centre. Great carry, they're on front football here. It's now what they do with it right. Looking for Kramer. Confusion there between Kramer and Nathan. Neve Jones with one of those dominant hits, looking to slow down that Australia ball. Two in Nakavada. Brittany Hogan's in there looking to slow it down. Back down the blind side to no one. Well done by Emer Considine. Kicks through, will the ball sit up? It does. Emer Considine. Great work, Emer Considine over for Ireland's third try. Look at the celebrations. How happy are they to have her back in the squad? What a journey she's had. 2 years since her last cap. She had her young son, Caelan, I'm sure he's here today.
Oh, thank you.
Came back after 12 weeks, had a horrible ACL injury. It's fantastic to see her back out here on the pitch today. She thought her international journey was over. And here she is today with her 27th cap, and now another try to her name. That's 6 tries for Emer Considine. But this was poor from Australia. Right passes to no one. Emer Considine's first to react. Boost the ball through.
Brilliant. Look, it's that ability to pick it up and the bounce. It looks easy, but it certainly isn't. And the speed, she certainly wasn't passing that ball to Vicky on the inside. But look, as a fullback coming into the line, getting her toe on that ball, and the calmness, the presence to see and chase. Unfortunately for Australia, they were all up flat, so there was no one in the backfield, and it was a clear run in for Emer Considine. But look at that. Look at everyone coming in. It says a lot of the type of character she is.
Had the directions, just not the distance. What a finish of the half for Ireland. They lead 17-5. See you after the half time. Ireland kicking off from right to left. Started the game. Be interesting to see what tack they take, whether they go long and push them back and have to make Australia play out of there.
Yeah, look, and we saw Australia going for that short kick-off in the first half, and it worked really well from them. I think with Dana, they'll be, with the line speed, with the defence we've seen in that first half, they'll be kicking them the ball, saying, come at us, because they look like they're really energetic, this Irish team, and they're ready to go after Australia.
Here we go in the second half. Dana O'Brien goes down right with a long kick, just short of the 22 with Caprani cleaning up. Big carry from her, bulldozing her way through players. Better support at the ruck, slow moving to the ball, loopy pass out to Nathan. Again, Neve O'Dowd straight up there, but Neve Jones making the tackle. Use it, goal! Natalia Wright setting herself up for the box kick. It's very slow. Doesn't get the height on it she probably would have liked. Knocked on there. Good return from Australia.
Yeah, they'll be happy with that. I think Ireland, I suppose they were all bunched. Aoife Wafer got the shout out, but unfortunately when it came, there was a bit of pressure from Australia, which resulted in a knock on. But I think Australia, when they've had scrums as well, especially here, it's been a good launch for them. If they have the ability to get the ball out quickly, as I said, they just haven't had it enough. They've getting their angles and their scrummaging is going well, but I really want to see that backline have a crack off it.
Yeah, I'm sure those messages are passed on by Joe Yap, former English scrum half, who's taken over the roles as Australia head coach at the start of this year. Solid scrum. Neve O'Dowd is going after, but she taps it to the ground to give away the penalty.
So unfortunate. Really good scrum. I spoke about that scrum from Australia in the first half. You could see Neve O'Dowd in particular holding that pressure. But how clever was that? The ability from the tight end, the Australian tight end, to just take a little step back. We saw her do it. Caprani, she took that step back, which resulted in the referee giving the Ireland collapse in the scrum, and the referee had to give them the penalty. Really clever scrummaging there.
Super field position early on in the second half for Australia. Again, going for that short and line out. Looking for it to go well to hit those big powerful runners in the middle of the park. Lots of movement. Great pressure from Ireland. Linda Dugan clears it up. Scuff McCabe moves it to Brittany Hogan.
No play the 9.
Back to Dan O'Brien to use that big booming left boot again. Moleka, she looks to move it. Laurie Kramer, indecision there. She steps back on the inside. Aoife Wafer, what a turnover.
Play on.
Unbelievable from Wafer yet again. Edel McMahon moves it. Have we space in numbers? Ball goes to ground. Dalton picks it up well. Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe steps back to where her support is. Fredericks making a nuisance of herself.
Play on.
Australia
Play on.
turn it over. Tuna Kavadra on the big carry. Wright pops down the blind side to Kramer. Nathan on her own. Good line speed again from Ireland. Out the back door to Moleka. Caprani with a big carry. Sucking in 2-3 Irish players. Again, Wright. Very deep to Moleka. Fredericks. Out to Marsters. Looking for Desiree Miller. She steps on the outside. Super work from Miller. Brilliant from Masters, but she loses it in the contact.
The advantage.
Ruth Campbell is there to clean it up. Scrum advantage for Ireland.
Use it.
Wow, Desiree Miller there, what she can do in those outside channels. The footwork, unfortunately for Australia, turned over and Ireland looked to exit here.
Then Zilder.
Back to the safe boot of O'Brien. She doesn't find touch. Moleka keeps it in play. Goes herself. Well marshalled out there in the wider channels. Again, any quick ball. They're slowing it down themselves, Australia. Great tip onto Caprani. Working through the phases. Kramer hits Tuina Kavada. Kramer standing in first receiver yet again, looking to move it out to the wider channels to Nathan. Well marshalled there by Dalton. Smith, we haven't seen a huge amount of Smith in this game.
Boys there.
It's just so slow. Australia are going laddering in their carries, but they're giving Ireland a chance to set the defence and bring that line speed by making it so slow.
Off feet. Stay on.
Dorothy Wall makes the tackle. Ruth Campbell over eager there and loses her footing before she gets on the ball.
Yeah, you could see, you know, I spoke about that in the first half. Very unlucky for Ruth Campbell there. She got on the ball, but unfortunately her forearms hit the ground, and with the referee standing there straight away, probably could have had time to release, but she gave Australia the penalty. And let's see if they can do something from this line out, because we saw in the first half when they formed that maul and they were able to, especially over on the right hand side, we saw really good movement in that, but it's just that line out, it's getting the ball to hand for it to form, I suppose, hasn't been happening since then. I spoke as well, Fee, about like the slow at the ruck, but they're also slow in getting into the line. It needs to be a little bit quicker.
Poor line out from Australia. Ireland managed to turn it over. Hits a forward pot at 3. We know where this is going. Dan O'Brien's boot. Moleka in the backfield. O'Brien finds touch on this one.
Yeah, to be fair to Moleka in that backfield, every time O'Brien has hit it down her neck, she's been absolutely brilliant under that high ball, and her footwork in attack as well. We saw her tacking down a 5 metre channel and she's still able to get ground, so I think it was a good decision there from O'Brien to hit the stance. Probably would have liked a bit more on that, maybe up around that 10 metre mark, but Ireland will take that with how the line out was going.
Good pressure from Brittany Hogan in the line out, reads it well, gets up. Neve Jones clears it up.
Back green, last feet.
Aoife Wafer hit in the middle of the park, supported by Campbell. Hit by Caprani.
Take him back.
O'Brien looks for the open field now, but doesn't get that connection she wants it. Laurie Kramer under the ball, hits Moleka. Runs straight into Aoife Dalton.
Not on the ball, not on the ball. No, stay.
Leonard hits O'Gorman. Again, Australia going backwards. Caprani, good hit there by Dorothy Wall, is supported by Linda Dugan.
Use it! No, play the 9.
O'Gorman yet again, but that pass behind goes to ground. Ireland up fast. Well done, Edel McMahon clears it up. That's a forward pass from Dalton to Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe, but I think the pass was a knock-on originally by Australia.
Yeah, the ref called that forward pass. I think there was a knock on there earlier, but you could see Dalton when she turned around. Unfortunately, she just saw Emily had gone past her. It was a good decision in her head to go wide, but unfortunately went forward.
Time is off.
See Australia about to make some subs, but an injury down there to Aoife Wafer as well.
Yeah, I'm okay with this at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been outstanding in this first half, especially start to the second. We're 7 minutes into the second half. She's already had a couple of hits in and a huge turnover as well in the middle of the park. She's someone who's really, in the last, I suppose, season, yes, she's one player this season, but even with Leinster, her performances, every time she's on that pitch, she's a real menace. And that's what you want from your back rowers.
Yeah, I still wonder what her best position is. Is it 6, 7 or 8? I think she could play across the back row. We've seen Ireland use her sometimes at 8 off the back of the scrum for her speed, but Brittany Hogan's gone so well in that 8 position that she stays solid there.
I'm really happy with the balance they've had in this back row. I know there's other girls biting at the bit to get onto this Irish team, but I think having Adele McMahon at 7, I really like Wafer at 6. She's really physical.
See Niamh O'Dowd, who I think had a fine 47 minutes on the pitch. Kind of surprised she's gone off. Maybe it's got to do with that scrum, but that was the first scrum she was under pressure when she really went for it. So we see Linda Dugang reverts back now to the loose head side, and Christy Haney comes in on the tight head side.
Okay.
Yeah, look, look, Christy is an absolute brilliant scrummager as well. I think earlier it wasn't picked up, there was a little bit of a high hit in there as well. I was wondering, was she going to have to go off for a HIA? She did hit her head, but I think from the way Ireland have played in the last couple of Six Nations games in particular, they're very, very comfortable with this front row, and Niamh O'Dowd, what a shift she's put in.
Body language here.
Bind! Set! Go in.
Scrum half has to get the ball in. Stuck in the second row. Great pressure from Ireland. Tuna Cavada gets it away. Smith on the carry. Great go forward ball for Australia here. They need to move it. Got to work around. We see Leanie there on the carry. Got to work again. Too slow moving that ball from the fringes. Wright needs to stripe herself. Now they've no scrum half. Someone needs to react.
Good clean out.
Laurie Kramer's first in there. Nathan with the tip on. Masters tries to get to O'Gorman. Aoife Wafer cleans it up for Ireland. Ireland get into their shape again. Adele McMahon out the back to O'Brien. It goes to ground. Sloppy from both sides there.
True advantage.
Yeah, look, it's going to be an Irish scrum. There was a knock-on. She's gone back from the earlier knock-on from Australia. But it's that, I think everything looks so lateral in attack. And I think both teams are struggling to, I suppose, find that depth. We can see there, it's a tip-on. But if you look outside that feet, in the backfield, everything is flat. And it's the same with Ireland. They need to take a couple of steps back, both teams. That gives them that time to come onto the ball at speed. And it will probably reduce those knock-ons a little bit as well.
Good enough at the moment, but yeah. Stay on your feet, that's it.
See Scott, he's really bolstered that coaching panel. We've spoken about Hugh Hogan, Alex Colling in with the forwards, but also Gareth Steenston in as a kicking coach. The first time I think the Irish women have ever had a kicking coach.
Yeah, that's it, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. And we heard Enya Breen at 12 talking about him during the week, and you know, I suppose the professionalism he brings, not only in his kicking ability, but having played out half at a high level as well.
Stop. No, again.
Far too much messing from both sides in that scrum.
Two props here, Fee. We know it well. We know exactly what they're up to. But yeah, I think she's going to have a word.
Feet under your body and not push before the ball. Yes, thank you. I come here. You decide your space. You decide your space. I give you the mark. If you're too close, take a step. There.
Yeah, really handled well there by the referee. I think as props, you're in there. It's never your fault. You're trying to get as much information to tell her. But look, she's telling them exactly what she wants to see. And if it's not done, I've no doubt she'll call it a penalty or free kick here straight away.
Crouch!
Hey, pick me!
Bind!
Right shoulder, come on.
Set!
Hit him down!
Stepping back.
Free kick there, Ireland stepping back. As we know, the law change, you can't go for the scrum again, off the scrum with a free kick.
Stepping back. There.
Yeah, to be fair, the referee, she'd moved over to Christy Haney's side. She saw it straight away. There had been an early hit from Australia, and Christy probably thought she'd get away with that, but really well spotted by the referee.
Great vision by Moleka. Maya Stewart claims it. Smith needs to play scrum half there. She can't be waiting for Wright to come in to look to move the ball to Tuna Cavada. Good carry by her. Moleka back on the ball, hits Bridie O'Gorman on the flat line. Great carry from O'Gorman. Got to respect that ball. There's space in the wider channels. Can they get it there? Great work by Nathan, rangy runner of the ball.
Brilliant tackle by Emer Considine there. You saw Nathan coming at her, but it's that chop really low, and that gives Vicky the ability to go over and get the ball. But you have to really applaud that tackle by Considine. Just gets up and chops.
Coach killer though there when they get into good position to give away a penalty like that.
You spoke about discipline as well, Fia, in that first half, and I think it's probably continued a little bit into the second half. You talk about discipline, and you might say sometimes you think it's back chat or this, but it's actually having the ability to understand they got that free kick and to be able to resource that ruck is a discipline as well. And unfortunately for Australia, when it goes wide, that's where they're getting let down.
Yeah, this was just a really slow ruck. Smith should have went in and moved that ball before that Ireland had time to put pressure on. Lots of changes from Ireland. We see Eve Higgins coming on for Dan O'Brien. That means Breen goes to probably 10. Stacey Flood is coming on. She's going into the full-back position, it looks like. And Erin King coming on for her first cap. Erin was outstanding at underage. Fee Hayes, you know yourself, you've seen her, but also in the Olympics I thought she was absolutely brilliant. So it's great to see her get her first cap. Up through the Nace Minis, now with Old Belvedere, and getting her first cap for Ireland.
Wow, what a player. You're going to see something special in the next few years from her. I've seen her at Leinster underage. She killed my under-18 team for Munster, and brilliant to see her on the pitch. Great catch there.
Great stuff from her. Eva Wafer looking for that offload, gets it away. We see Emily Lane in on scrum half position instead of Molly Scuffin-McCabe. Ending Breen into that 10 position, looking for that space in the backfield. Good kick. There's changes on the Australian side. Arabella McKenzie in.
3. You are in front. You have to retreat. Fair enough.
Yeah, that was a really good kick for Mackenzie there. I suppose Breen maybe got caught not getting wide enough off that to stop it, but to see the space and put it in, it takes huge pressure off her team.
On the Irish side, Fiona Chewett in as well over Dorothy Wall. Scott Beeman looking to see and give players as much opportunity as possible before they head to WXV1. Great line out to the back. Ireland set up the dummy maul. Move off that. Erin King again on the drive. Super power from King. Christy Haney out the back door. Breen hits Eve Higgins. Strides that well. Great turnover from Desiree Miller. Again, Arabella McKenzie. Can she find grass? Stacey Flood hasn't played 15s in probably 2 years. She was away with the 7s, an Olympian there.
Off it, gold.
Emily Lane down the blind side. Ireland's hands letting them down.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that Emer Considine has actually gone to the wing. I think Stacey Flood is full back. So Elms Kinlan has gone off, and she's put on a really good shift as well. But with Emer and Munster this season as well, she probably played a little bit on the wing for us, and she does have that speed, but it's more so her footwork and her ability to find the space and get in there, and her kicking as well.
Time is off.
Much talk about the 7s players and how they bed in. Obviously Beeman spoke this week about bringing it to another Lou level and what they bring, but I suppose it's about getting more and more game time in the 15s game, that they get just, obviously they're super athletes, super rugby players, but it's just getting more game time in the 15s game.
Yeah, you're spot on, that's it. And I hope, we have the game here, WXV1 Ireland are going to as well. I'd like to see, the same partnerships, the same players build that, get that experience for when it comes to Six Nations as well, and when it comes to that time at World Cup. They've played a lot of 15s rugby, they're bedded in together, and we know the majority of these girls are now training week in, week out in that high performance centre centre. So it's going to be interesting to see that as well.
Interesting to see also from an Australian perspective, we don't see any of their sevens players in. I think they were hoping that Sharni Small might come in, whether the likes of the Madison sisters might come in and Charlotte Kaslik, but really you would have thought that they'd be in by now. Great line out from Australia. Desiree Miller in at the great work, great pass back inside from Tuna Cavada to Smith. Much better from Australia. Oh, unforced error.
Advantage, scrum advantage.
Bounces off Nathan's chest. Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe looking to get it to Eve Higgins. It was flat. Great step back on the inside. No 9 from Ireland. Well done, Stacey Flood. Ireland using their forwards now. Enya Breen in the 10 position, hits Erin King in the centre of the pitch. Great double hit. Marsters and Leaney there. Ireland still to go, they have numbers out wide. Emer Considine out to Aoife Wafer.
Those hands by Aoife Wafer. Wow, back into Eve Higgins, and she's still got that leg drive going forward.
21. Leave your feet.
Good work, Linda Dugang on the carry. Bridie O'Gorman tries to get her down. Good tempo from Ireland, good control. Erin King again, she's had a number of touches since she's come on. Good work by Emer Considine coming off her wing. Cleena Maloney on there. Good nudge through from Stacey Flood, just putting Australia under pressure, turning them and making them try and get out of their own 22.
Yeah, really clever play by Stacey Flood. She thought it was nothing on, and it, you know, with the way the Australian lineout has been going as well, it puts pressure on them, and Ireland have already turned over a couple, so they'll definitely go after that.
Thank you.
Fia, I can't believe we didn't talk about Cleena Maloney coming straight onto the pitch and hitting 6 on her first throw. How good was that? Amazing.
Yeah, look, there's obviously huge competition there in that hooker position, and that's what you want across the park.
Unfortunate there for Ireland, they turned it over, but just a bounce back, knocked up on Emily Lane, and Australia get it back again.
Stay on green. Use it!
Mackenzie looking to clear her lines. That wind is swirling. Just outside the 22 for Ireland now to attack off.
Yep. Time is off.
You can see Australia are really using her boots, and she's come on Arabella McKenzie. She's getting them out of trouble. There was 2 super exit kicks over there, and the go-to there. That's what the line I was talking about. Really unfortunate Ireland didn't turn it over on the screen, but Ireland, the changes that have come on for you as well, there hasn't been any drop in tempo.
See Australia making more changes now. Nathan goes off. I think it's Dinnan who's on. What a huge story she's had. She's been in Australia training camp since 2014. She's in the army. She was over in Afghanistan. Then she gave birth to her baby girl, and she thought her time would never come in the Australia jersey. What a journey it's been, and it's absolutely fantastic to see her get her first cap. She comes on in place of Nathan in the back row.
Yeah, that's just brilliant to see. As you said, you know, when you start out that long ago, it seems so far away, but you know, she must be really doing it on the pitch. I think it was Western Force that she's gone to now, and she's putting in the time there, and to be spotted later in life and picked up and going to WXV2 as well is brilliant for her. Really good, feel-good story.
We also see Nagamo come on for her first cap, 34-year-old. Australia Rugby obviously still has a lot of development to do. They only play 6 high-level games a year in terms of their Super Rugby, and they have to put a huge shift back onto that now and try and develop that further. But interesting this week sees Andy Friend, formerly of Connacht, go to the ACT Brumbies. What a signing that is, and a statement of intent for the ACT Brumbies of where they see their women's game go. They were 4th in the Super Rugby this year, with New South Waratahs winning it, but that's an unbelievable signing.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable, and you know, it's only good things I've heard about Andy Friend and what he brings. We've seen with Connacht and the players he's brought in, so I'm really interested to see how they do, I suppose, after some time together with him. As a coach, you'll always need some time, but he's certainly someone who will up their game massively.
Line out to Ruth Campbell at the front, hits Erin King in the centre of the pitch. Again, she's just so abrasive, gets front foot ball. Enya Breen hits Eve Higgins. Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe working off her wing on the support. Floaty ball to the outside, trying to hit Considine. It probably wasn't on when she was in the contact.
No, that's unfortunate for Eve as well. I think she passed the ball when the tackle wasn't completed. I thought she might have broke the line previously before that. But look, you can see the intent from Ireland. They actually want to play wide. They want to play with speed, and this is the best I've seen out of this team in I suppose a year or two. I think the intent, the speed, how they're going about their game shows exactly the way that Scott Beeman wants his team going forward.
Messy line out, crooked from Australia.
Contested, not straight.
Set piece is just so important. Gets the game going, gets you into your shape, but if you cannot win it at the start, it just gives momentum back to Ireland.
Yeah, exactly that, and that's why I think we'll see Ireland kicking in behind Australia a lot more if they're attacking here, because their set piece, the line out in particular, hasn't been great, and Ireland have been super at putting pressure on. Ruth Campbell getting up there, and as the referee said, she called contested. When you can contest now and the ball is thrown, if it's anyway crooked, straight away. So it's really good to see Ireland putting pressure on in all areas.
Changing the front row there for Australia. We see Tierna Malloy come on for her 4th cap, but we also see Bridie O'Gorman move to the tight head side.
Jump right. Here we go.
Set.
Hold it, and now!
Good scrum from Ireland. Aoife Wafer off the back from channel 1. She goes down on the right hand side. Gets go forward ball. Quick ruck ball for Ireland. Erin King yet again. Super work from Erin King. Sets Ireland up nicely, 5 metres out. Brittany Hogan with a strong carry. Very messy in that ruck. Slower ball for Ireland, Aoife Wafer. Good defence from Australia, but Ireland still with the ball, 5 metres out. Christy Haney. Again, good defence, but they're sucking in 2 or 3 players each time. Ruth Campbell. Good work from Dinnan there. Enya Breen hits Eve Higgins. What a try! Control, pressure from Ireland. They work through the phases. They suck in the Australian defence. Great hands from Enya Breen to Eve Higgins. Super try for Ireland. Their 4th try of the game. Welcome back to 15's rugby, Eve Higgins.
Absolutely brilliant. Watch it Wafer here off the base of the scrum. It's only gone one way, and that's forward. That leg drive from Erin King, we see it. No stopping her. She works so hard to keep the ball in hand, and it's the body placement at the end as well to get moving. But the control by Ireland, as you said, Fee, how they do it. Really good initial defence by Australia getting off the line, but I have to say, watch this little pop pass by Enya Breen. She sees the shooter, Eve Higgins, over the line. Super team try by Ireland.
Thank you.
Enya Breen adds the extras like she did against Scotland a couple of years ago to win that game against Scotland here. Super work from Ireland. They now lead 24-5, 16 minutes into the game. Australia starting to tire.
Yeah, and I touched on it a bit earlier as well, Fee, about the substitutions that Ireland have brought on, and I suppose the coaching staff spoke about that earlier in the week, how they wanted firepower on the bench, and we're certainly seeing it here for the last 6-7 minutes. It's been non-stop, no change in the speed, and everyone that's come on has added something brilliant to their game.
Mackenzie goes long, bouncing ball along the ground. Stacey Flood cleans it up. Good left boot from her. We've seen her play 10 numerous times for Ireland before. Maleka in the backfield now. Hits Mackenzie. Great work by King, slow it down. Malloy on the carry. Ireland have to roll away. Nagamu. Aoife Wafer hungry to come up on the hit. Great work from Dalton.
Backwards.
It's messy again. Cleena Maloney tries to get the toe to it. Desiree Miller cleans it up. Tuina Cavarda. Good hit there from Emily Lane.
No.
Dinnan steps in, first receiver. Where's her support? Cleena Maloney makes the hit. Mackenzie looking for that backfield space again. Made that easy for Stacey Flood to run onto. Considine on the wing, looks for the boot. Again, looking to turn Australia. kick chase now.
Retreat, gold!
Again, the initial kick from Mackenzie probably wasn't the greatest. She was looking to find grass, but put too much air on it, allowed Stacey Flood run onto it.
Yeah, that's it, and what a really good kick by Emer Constantine, not far from getting that 50-22, but Mackenzie, I've said it already, she's relieving a lot of pressure in that backfield with her kicking, and that was a super exit again. It was a bit, as you said, Fee, that first kick, she was expecting a real big line speed chase, and it just didn't happen for Australia.
Yeah, Mackenzie's one of their most experienced players. She's here on 27 caps, she's played in the Premiership.
Too long!
Ireland,
Ireland.
That's a silly free kick to give away. Taking too long to get the ball into the line out.
10 meter. Go 10.
Yeah, and I think it's good for referees to call this. It becomes slow. It's slowing down the game. She called him. She told him, come on twice. They didn't. Straight away, she gave the penalty kick or free kick. Brilliant.
Morgan hits O'Gorman, who knocks it on in the contact. Good hit from Linda Dugang, but O'Gorman has to protect that ball.
Yeah, just a little bit high going into that contact, and you can see as Linda Dugang got underneath it, and it was a super hit. But look, I think Australia are going to be disappointed. It's just high, hand in, and ripped Fiona Chute as well in there as well. Look, I think Australia are running off sometimes on their own. They're not connected in their shape, and especially after maybe 5 phases, it's definitely a little bit too loose in those areas.
Bind!
Right, here we go. Hold it.
Set!
Hold it.
We see Aoife Wafer now at the 8th position. There she is, changing those channels illegally again. Gets the ball away with a pass to Breen. Out to Eve Higgins, looking out to this wider channels to get Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe on the ball. Well defended by Australia. Emily Lane slow to that breakdown. Great hit by Smith. Cleaned up by Enya Breen.
Stay on! Gold onside!
Higgins hit Campbell's tip onto Edel McMahon. Speed of ruck is important now for Ireland. Aoife Dalton, first receiver. Oh, intercept by Leaney. Can they go from this? I think it's a turnover from Ireland. I think they're in on that.
Super Aoife Dalton, gets her hand in really good.
Ireland have a great work from Stacey Flood to see that space in the backfield. Aoife Wafer, Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe, Stacey Flood, Erin King, all chasing. Mackenzie, she's putting herself under pressure there. She does well to get out of trouble.
Taco release!
Yeah, she done well to stay on her feet enough time there to get that support back to her. But really good line speed again by Ireland, getting up and putting pressure
No
on.
one had green limit!
Leonard cleans it up well. Slow ball for Australia.
One hand, just one hand. Use it, gold!
Morgan with the box kick. Well fielded by Enya Breen, moves it to Emily Lane. Ball in 2 hands, but met by 3 Australian players. Maloney steps in. Great work from Stewart. She's marshalled Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe well on this flank. Erin King again, looks for that tip onto Wafer. Oh, there's a gap there. Enya Breen back on the switch from Lane. Back to Tina Maloney. Linda Dugang, they're drifting a little bit. Eve Higgins to straighten. Aoife Dalton working around on the wraparound. Eager to get it into the channels, but again doing it in the contact as opposed to after contact. Turnover ball to Australia. Maleka looks to clear her lines.
And then she's over.
Straight to Emer Constantine. Let's look at this attack now. Goes it herself. Well done, Emily Lane. Moves the ball. Erin King yet again.
Yeah, Aoife Wafer's out here in the touchline looking for it. She's in so much space.
Good hit for Dinnan on Maloney. Enya Breen moves it to Higgins. Wafer's out here. Great pass. Good work from Ireland inside the Australian 22. Carry from Brittany Hogan. Breen again to Dugang. Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe off her wing, met by Tuina Cabarda. Fiona Chewett tip on. Jugan keeps it alive. Higgins steps back on the inside. Australia putting on pressure.
Play advantage. Play advantage.
Knock on by Australia. Scrum advantage Ireland.
Contest was good. She was
Some
in
good
possession,
scramble
and then
defence
she missed
there
the
from
ball.
Australia
It's
to
just
hold
an icon,
Ireland
just
out.
an icon.
And sometimes you just think Ireland need to pull the trigger faster.
Yeah, definitely. You could see Wafer was in loads of space there, but I think their ability to recycle the ball, I've been so impressed with Emily Lane since she's come in. She's kept that speed, and Ireland, yes, they're pulling the trigger, but I feel like they are, I suppose, getting ground when they go to that wide channels. We see for Wafer in particular here, it's just, I suppose you can see this really good scramble defence by Australia, and as you said, I think in particular Stewart is in the centres. The two girls in the centres have been absolutely outstanding in getting up and putting pressure on Ireland massively.
Just see Aoife Wafer being treated for a little niggle. She's back on her feet.
18 green subs. 18 green subs.
Yeah, she won't want to go off, but look, I think this is a huge day. A girl coming on, Siobhan McCarthy, I coached her. She used to be a second row transferred to prop.
Why that transfer from second row to prop, Fiona?
Look, I think I saw something in her. I knew that she could be a loose head. Probably wasn't able to make it to that Irish level at second row, and she's just real aggressive and a really quick learner. And just to see her getting her first cap as well is absolutely superb for her and her family. And hopefully, what better way than to go straight into a scrum as well?
Yeah, scrummaging up against Bridie O'Gorman.
Crouch! Bind!
Shot heads, here we go. Ready? Hold it!
Set!
Holds that solid Wafer again at number 8. I think she might have knocked that on, not spotted by the referee. Straight out to Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe. Again, Maya Stewart has her. Emily Lane moving that ball. Erin King, so robust, so dynamic. Gain line every time.
Tackle! No heads! No heads!
Linda Jugang over for the try. Super work by Ireland. Pace, control, power players coming in. Erin King got so much go forward on that, had Australia on the back foot, and then the tireless Linda Jugang. So many times she goes 80 minutes for Leinster and for Ireland, goes over for a try. They're going to look at something. It could have been that knock on at the back of the scrum.
Yeah, I think you spotted that as well, Fee.
So we're looking at 8 green, who knocks the ball on at the base of the scrum.
Yes, thank you.
You would think this is going to be chalked off.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw Aoife Wafer changing channels there and think there was a little knock on. He probably needs to give...
Can you show her again? Sorry.
Yeah, he needs to give the referee a better angle on that one.
I think a closer angle, you see that hand going in here, really unfortunate.
There.
Okay, thank you. Clear, knocked by 8 green, so it's no try.
Again, I just question whether her footing changes when she's changing channel. I know you're not allowed to, but she's getting away with it because referees don't look at it, but that she's just not solid foot, and if she started in that channel, then she'd be clear on, hands on to go.
Yeah, it's really strange because she's changed so much that why isn't she starting there? And it's always on that quick ball as well, Fee. It's when we know that they're striking and going. For some reason, she's just changing that channel, and that can put you off. But look, Ireland have a huge chance to put pressure here, and I think Brittany will be a bit upset as well. They've named 8 green for knocking it on also.
Bind! Set! Goes out! Scrum, stop in front!
Mackenzie clears her line. Stacey Flood under that ball. No support, has to go with herself. She takes it on well. Maya Stewart grabs a hold of her hand, pops it off to Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe. Support, what a super switch line support from Aoife Wafer, and over she goes for the try. Second try of the game. Super work, but that comes from Stacey Flood, and then that switch from Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe. Super work from Ireland to go over for that try.
Absolutely no chalking that one off. You'll see the little dinky step in, step out as well by the back rower at the end, but super work from Stacey Flood. The handoff, she stays in the fight, she just doesn't go to ground. Little pop to Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe. That switch is perfect, and that little hitch kick at the end from Wafer, brilliant to see. She held that defender and gave her more space and time to get over the line. Really class team try from Ireland.
As you said though, Stacey Flood, the ability to fight that tackle, get the ball away, perfect timing on that switch. And Aoife Wafer, she has some pace.
Yeah, it's the pace, but it's that step as well. You know, the defender touch, she was coming straight for her and she just has a little step.
Great conversion from Enya Breen. Ireland now lead 31-5 at 69, almost verging on 70 minutes.
1 and 5 subs. 1 and 5.
Super work from Ireland. More subs we see here now coming on for Australia. Off goes Bridie O'Gorman and tour captain Michaela Leonard. On comes Kavoa and Mins for her first cap.
I've really seen a change, Fee, in the fitness of this Irish team as well. They're staying in the fight. We're 70 minutes in and they're still going strong.
Slip by Stacey Flood. She knows it herself. She cleared it well considering she had slipped, tried to get on her feet before the pressure came on.
Yeah, unfortunate for her, just inside the 22, but look, it's still get an exit, and we've seen Ireland are pressuring that Australian line out, so they'll be looking to do the exact same here again.
Kavoa giving the message to Malloy. Shorten line out. Poor throw, but well up by Ruth Campbell. Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe gets it away to Wafer, sets it up. Ireland will just look to clear their lines now. Hit it up again in the middle of the park by Linda Dugang. Deneen is in there causing trouble.
Clear, is good. Hold in front, stop!
Clearance by Enya Breen.
Yeah, that's a super kick from the middle of the park as well, but I think Ireland really good clear out as well by Ruth Campbell and Siobhan McCarthy to set up that space, I suppose, for the ball to go back to Enya and give that really good clearance kick. Australia's line out is really struggling, especially in the second half.
Look, they've obviously struggled with injuries. Naden, their starting hooker, gone. Marsters had to start the game. Normally a back row player. Now the wind is swirling. Tough pressure on Malloy, but she hit 6 there. No pressure from Ireland. Smith in the centre of the park. Good carry there by Leaney. Swipe back this side. Out the back to Mackenzie. Maleka comes into it. Smith. Super work. Absolutely super try and speech from Maya Stewart. We said if they can get her the ball, she's going to do a job. What a well-worked try from Australia. It comes from that line out. They switch back this side and super finish from Maya Stewart. How happy are they to have her back in this journey, coming back from that hamstring injury. Good hands here from Tumini Kabarda. Moleka comes in, Smith,
yes.
And then super finish from Maya Stewart.
Yeah, it's just that speed. You see, they caught Ireland by using that quick hands, and we spoke about that earlier, you know, Fiona, those wide channels, but it's the speed, the ability to move the ball at quick pace. We hadn't seen that from Australia, and when they did it there, they really got after Ireland and scored out wide.
Stewart going over for her second try of the game. Slightly to the right from Mackenzie. Can't add the extra. 73 minutes gone. 31-10 to Ireland.
I think Mackenzie's been exceptional since she's came on. I know we spoke about her exits and her kicking, but I think her ability to move the ball as well, it's been a lot sharper than some of the back line as well in this Australian team.
I think again it's just about Jo Yap finding depth within her squad. Maleka has played a lot at 15.
Thank you.
Obviously to give a chance here, but Mackenzie had been their starting out half.
Yeah, and I think Maleka at 15 and Mackenzie at 10, it's definitely speed things up, and we see Daw coming on as well, so she's going to be someone who adds pace as well out wide.
Tackle!
Carried by Dinnan. Morgan moves the ball to Mins. Big rangy player in the second row. Morgan to Mackenzie. They're looking to play it out here. She goes herself, steps back on the inside. Erin King looking to turn over that ball. She had hands on.
No, leave it. Let it go, no.
Slow ruck for Australia. Mins again. Morgan.
Very on.
Maloney had run a great line there, but Morgan couldn't get the ball away to her. Smith in at scrum half position.
Play advantage.
Kavoa.
Off the ball, 21. Go on advantage.
Again, Morgan. Indecision about who was stepping up to claim that ball.
No advantage. 21 Green off the ball. Can you give me the mark?
Just a little high tackle here, but you can see when Australia are playing at pace, moving the ball. We saw Smith step in, move to try and move that ball quickly. I think when they play at pace, that's when they really are a threat to this Irish defence. Otherwise, Ireland have found it easy to fan out and bring the line speed. But when we've seen them do it, and they're starting to up it again for the last 5 minutes.
Alan, don't close the gap.
Fiona, a game where Ireland have certainly dominated on the scoreboard. I'll throw to you for your player of the match.
There's been a few huge performances, but there's absolutely no one could say that this wasn't a game of her life for Aoife Wafer. She was outstanding today with carries, tries, turnovers. I have to mention Linda Zhugang as well, but my player of the game was Aoife Wafer. Absolutely superb today.
I think it wasn't just today the game of her life. She's played it so many times. She's been outstanding for Ireland this season, and a deserving player of the match again for her.
Yeah, look, it's becoming twofold, her getting these player of the games, but it's her ability to just be so hard on herself and play every game.
Australia go quick. Mackenzie spots space in the backfield. Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe cleans it up. Good clearance. Numbers down this blind side. Ruth Campbell delays the pass, but a poor pass. Back on the inside from Aoife Dalton. Forced there by Stacey Flood. Not sure if there was a knock on, but ball kept alive by Emily Lane. Enya Breen on the sport line. Great work from Enya Breen to support that. But it was Aoife Dalton who kept the ball alive to start. Ireland 6 tries scored by Enya Breen.
As we said
before, we see Dermot Nicobar in the crowd there enjoying that. Hopefully she'll be in a jersey soon. I think they might have a look at this. There might have been a little hand in, but the footwork on Stacey Flood, Emily Lane, the pick-up, and Enya Breen, who's had a superb game again today on her inside for that pop pass to go over the line. Brilliant by Ireland, real good try.
It was possibly an Australian hand on it, but look at this from Aoife Dalton. Great ability to stay in, vision to offload the ball. Has the try line in her sights there, no slowing down for Enya Breen. Powers over.
Stop. Give more check.
Yeah, I think that pass by Ruth Campbell might have been forward. I would imagine that's what they're looking at, unless there was a little touch by Emily Lane again, but I'm sure the referee and TMO will tell us now.
Here we see it.
So it's this pass now.
Good spot, Fiona Hayes.
Okay, moving forward. So it's goal to scrum at, 12 meters.
Right back up into the Ireland's half.
Forward pass.
2 tries chalked off now for Ireland, but rightly so. Great work from Ian Tempest coming in there with Munarini, the referee, working well as a team together. Munarini is one of those interesting referees. She never actually played, was a fan of the game, got speaking to a referee once, and now we see her on the international stage, and I think she's had a really good game today. She's let the game flow.
Absolutely, she's been brilliant, and as I said at scrum time, her ability to tell the props exactly what she wants from them, she's done that. Her communication has been brilliant, and it's that, Fiona, it's that flow of the game. That's what we want to see. I mean, we know rugby has numerous laws, and if we were to stop for everything, it would end, but it's the referee's ability to judge, and I thought she's been superb today.
One last opportunity for Australia to attack here.
There.
Scrum on the Irish 10.
Yep.
It's been a good performance by Ireland. They'll be happy with this as they lead in now to WXV1, where they meet the likes of New Zealand, who are playing England today, Canada and USA.
Yeah, and I think USA, Canada, England, New Zealand might be taking a double take because this performance has been brilliant. I thought they've been just the ability to their fitness to keep the ball alive. You've talked about it there, has been brilliant, and hopefully it's a good start for them to kick on now again.
Good scrum from Australia. McKenzie hits up Fredericks. Oh, Smith on the wraparound knocks it on. Just too many handling errors. She's coming around on the loop ball, far too drifty, forcing that knock on.
Yeah, and I thought Smith in particular has had a really good game for Australia today. Defensively, she's been really aggressive. She's really disappointed with that, but you could see what Australia wanted. They wanted to attack in that 5 metre channel, but unfortunately on that wraparound, not square and just a simple knock on.
I think too often Australia aren't squaring. It's something Chris Toulouse, who's known on Irish shores, he played with UL Bows for a number of years, but he'll be looking to improve that as they go towards WXV2, but they have a friendly against Wales next week to try and improve on those things.
Yeah, look, and maybe it's the travel, but certainly after maybe 4 or 5 phases, they struggle to stay square. Their connections are a little bit off, so he'll be looking at that and how he can bring that into them.
Great work from Ireland. Eve Higgins on the loop around. Couldn't get the ball away to Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe. Right decision. Ball moved back into the inside. Breen hits Erin King on the flat line. Tuina Kavarda in there trying to slow it down. Breen again. Looking to get it into those wider channels. We see Brittany Hogan. Great powerful run. Emer Constantine steps back inside. Kept the ball alive. Super offload on the ground by Constantine.
Play advantage. Roll away.
Yeah, advantage for Ireland. Australia not rolling away, rolling into the ball. Patience from Ireland now. Carry from Fiona Tuitt, supported by Aoife Wafer. Good ball out the back to Eve Higgins again. Great interchange in between Higgins, Stacey Flood, Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe. What a tackle by Dawam, Amy Lee Murphy-Crowe. Erin King cleans it up.
What about the clear out by Aoife Wafer?
Good carry by Jugang.
This is good.
Kavoa is in over the ball, but we're going back to penalty advantage for Desiree Miller, not rolling away. Ireland be hungry to go over for another try. 2 tries chalked off, 5 tries scored today.
11.
Yeah, we see Stacey Flood down there. She's just stretching out. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. She's been absolutely brilliant since she came on. Her kicking game and just her ability to put people into space is exceptional. And you know, you see her up there now, but I think the addition of these players coming off the bench has been brilliant and worked really well from this Irish team, because it's just pushed on, and you can see Australia are probably tiring a little bit, but this Irish team do not seem to want to stop and are going after them.
Short and line out. Aoife Wafer in the scrum half position. Down to the maul. Well-formed maul. Going at rate of knots. Can they keep it going? Aoife Dalton adds weight to it. Great work, and Cliona Maloney gets over for the try. Super support. I always get a little bit nervous when some of those backs come into the maul, but a well-formed maul from Ireland that was going from the moment it hit the ground, and Ireland go over for their 6th try by Cliona Maloney.
Yeah, well, I tell you one thing, she wouldn't be handing the ball back to Aoife Dalton to go over anyway. But really well taken by Fiona Tuitt in the air. You can see Brittany at the front guiding, and it's the ability to find a space, the seams, their movement. And once she got it, Brittany turns that maul around, and the drive from Wafer as well. Cliona Maloney at the back. Brilliant for Ireland, and the forwards coach will be delighted to end on that as well.
Breen misses the extra. What a performance from Ireland. You know, 6 tries, really dominant throughout, 3 in each half. Where do you think now for this Irish team in particular, but also Australia, who have to regroup, go again, go to Wales and South Africa?
Yeah, look, with Australia, I think they're probably, as I said, they'll look at how they can get more out of the players in the 80 minutes. I thought they maybe in the second half, particular when Ireland put the foot down, that their handling errors seemed to up, their discipline was bad at times as well.